This is Cornbread's review. Hey, this is Cornbread's review. This is Cornbread's review. Talk about the hottest movies, old and new. Cinema breakdown, grasping the truth. No acting, I leave that for the cast and the crew. The capture the cool, not theatrical goose. So you better be direct or you have to produce something to break in like last minute news and keep quiet when the real going Matt and they rules. Woo.
Yo, what up, man? Welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. We are back again. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hey, I love I'm getting hit up, do this movie, do this show, do this. Hey, I appreciate all y'all. If y'all got my personal number. If you don't, make sure you get in the comment box. You ain't gonna get my personal number. Make sure you're in the comment box. Let me know what episodes I should be reviewing and seeing and stuff like that. So let's get into it. I think this is another highly anticipated movie as well, especially for Marvel. What movie are we going to talk about today? Come on, man. I know y'all been waiting for this review, and it is Morbius. Morbius, ladies and gentlemen, is out. Now, it's PG-13. I think the only 13 part is, I think there was like one or two kiss scenes, and then obviously the scare factor. And then it's also in theaters, so I don't think it's on any streaming platforms right now. It'll probably be on Disney Plus in a couple months, but right now it's in theaters if you want to see it. Theaters aren't too packed unless they're high anticipated movies. This one I don't think was one of them. That was the highest. So movies should be good. It depends on when you go, all right? Now, if this is the first time you back to the Cornbread Movie Review, thank you. First off, welcome to Cornbread Movie Review. Like I said, CMR, we are a family in the movement. So thank y'all for being here. And then also understand I do my movie reviews in 5 different categories, all right? First category is acting, cinematography, storytelling. Did I get what I bought? Meaning if this was a scary movie, was it scary, right? If this is a comedy, I better be laughing on 3 or 4 different parts and with a nice little chuckle. That's kind of what this movie is, that category is for. And how much did I pay for that? Kind of like the trailer. Did the trailer live up to the hype? And then 5th, is it a must-see? All right? So we're going to get into it. First category is acting. Who is in this movie? And it's Jared Leto. Now, Jared Leto is a method actor. What's a method actor, Cornbread? Thank you for asking. It's an actor who dives into, let's say there's a script and the writers say, hey, this character is 50 pounds. Jared Leto going to be 50 pounds to be this character. Say this character speaks 4 languages. Jared Leto going to go out and speak those 4 languages. He's going to take on the persona and embody this character no matter who it is. And that's one of the actors in the industry who's a method actor. And Jared Leto's one of them. When it's from action to cut, even when he goes home, he's going to be whatever character he's supposed to be. Now, this character, Morbius, he basically suffers from a rare blood disease. Since he was a kid all the way to his adulthood. So he can't walk, he has problems, his health, he's not scheduled to live that long. So him being a genius, he created artificial blood, right? And so it's to help other individuals who are like him and have the same rare disease, blood disease. So I think it's pretty cool. He plays a genius. Also with Jared Leto, you can tell that he's fighting the conflict of, hey, I want to save this world and myself, but I'm also breaking laws and doing stuff illegally. So you get to see that little dynamic that he's fighting between himself and even the Morbius that he turns in. Also, his co-star, Adria Arjona. Ariana, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Hey, don't kill me out there. I'm sorry, man. But I'm always going to give respect to the people who are in these movies. So I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. But she plays the co-star. I've seen her in a couple movies as well that are pretty solid. I'm looking for more from her, though. You can't just be the pretty face all the time, even though you're beautiful. But that's only going to get you so far. I need you to start stepping it up. You did a great job in this movie, but let's get more to your next movie. Let's get you in that real co-star where it's 50 screen time, 50-50. Or you're the leading lady in a movie. I think you've been in enough solid movies and enough, your resume's been in 5 or 6 movies now? Come on, let's step it up. So that's just me to you, putting you out there. I think you should be higher ranking in these movies. Now, she plays a scientist. I'm going to say the love interest towards the middle-ish and end of the movie. You see that. But overall acting, it wasn't really much acting scenes from this. So you got to get 3.5 out of 5 from me. Jared Leto saved it because of how he does in his solo scenes. He stepped it up and how he just acted and portrayed his character. So 3.5 out of 5 from Cornbread. Okay. Next category, cinematography. Now, cinematography, this movie only cost $75 million to make, which is very low for Marvel movies. They're averaging on the 120 to 150 range, and then if you're the Spider-Mans and the Avengers and Iron Mans, you're getting 200 million off top. So they have to be. That usually happens too because of the movie length is going to be 3 hours, and the type of characters who are going to be in this, the A-list celebrities who are going to be in those movies. This one's is really one A-list actor, and the length of the movie is 1 hour and 40 minutes, right? And that's also with a couple things that we're going to get into why it's only 1 hour and 40 minutes. So doesn't look like backing. This is kind of like a trial run to see if we're going to keep making Morbius movies. So that's, from my opinion, that's what happened. Now they shot these scenes in Costa Rica, Greece, and New York. Air quotes, cornbread quotes. I don't know if they really were there, but if you watch the movie, that's what happens. The movie style is very dark, kind of scary ambiance, very gloom, suspenseful. How they filmed it. I also like how the character was, Morbius, how he was ticking. He'll move and like his bone will break, or he'll be moving and having seizures and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. How he was doing that with the beat of the music. It was pretty cool for me, and the transitions from being regular, then turning into Morbius, and then back. I didn't see any A. They need to tighten up that. I think they did pretty solid in what I was viewing with that. So, not bad. Even the sonar heartbeats, him flying, all the special effects that he had, pretty solid for me. I think they could have did better, but I'm not mad at what I saw. So overall, cinematography, a 3.5 out of 5 for me. They didn't do anything eye breaking or cinematography wise where you be like, man, other movies need to use this and capitalize on it. And in that Marvel cinema world, we've seen everything. So they didn't just do that. Okay. Next category, storytelling. Storytelling now. So Morbius basically created artificial blood. That's the premise of this, to kind of save his lifespan and his friend's lifespan of just being normal, having a regular life. All right. He's a genius, but life also humbled him. He's not out there splurging money. Matter of fact, he doesn't have any money. He's doing stuff illegally, but he's trying to save the world. So you follow him at the beginning of the movie. He's already trying to find these bats that he was looking for, and then towards the end, you kind of see that arc of did it pan out or not. Now, he's basically a vampire bat, which is a real bat. I'll put the picture up. That's a real thing. But the vampire bats are not that aggressive. They just look ugly, but they don't, really eat animals and all this other stuff. If they do, it's only a few that they do. So I think they went overboard with, hey, let me make him a vampire bat. And then with those two separate, people just look at aggression and bloodthirsty. So they're just automatically going to make Morbius that character, okay? Even with him testing out the blood, they did get some kudos from me. It was like, how you see movies where they just automatically create this cure and then they just use it and then they don't even try it. No, he tried it out 243 times, which isn't a million times, but that's more realistic. If he did trial and error, lost a couple rats and everything like that, a couple of them worked, and then he said, "Man, I'm pressed for time, so let me go ahead and shoot it." So I'll accept that. That's more realistic for me. He also wants to create this cure from the beginning of it. These kids are getting bullied on, which I don't get these bullies, man. I'm just talking about in real life. I don't get it. This is a hospital, and you got kids trying to beat up these kids who are in wheelchairs or can't stand up and have crutches and stuff. So to me, that kind of pissed me off. But that's real life, right? That's how it works. Now, we're going to get to the shits, bro. I'm sorry. We got to get to it. I have to cook this. I have to. So you have Morbius have this antidote which cured him, right? Okay. He could walk now. He's swole, got his shirt off, like bro, like yeah, you know. And then that's one stage. So he's broken down. That's one stage. He's cured. He could walk and be normal. That's the second stage. The third stage is he's a vampire monster, right? Okay, so he's a vampire monster. First off, it's like the Hulk effect. When he turns into the vampire monster, he kills everybody. He doesn't remember anything, but yet he has a conscience with the girl, right? He doesn't kill the girl, but he kills everybody else. But he doesn't know that he's doing this. That's one thing. Secondly, when he comes out of being a monster and goes back to swole, I got my feet, why doesn't he go back to the first person? Like, why is there a middle area? And then he needs that blood to not turn into the monster, but the blood keeps him at this area. He never goes back to the original. So I really had a problem with that. Let's talk about the villain. The villain is his friend as well. He takes the same serum that his friend did, but yet he's stronger than Morbius. He already masters his abilities. He's obviously drinking real blood compared to the artificial blood that Morbius is drinking, but it wasn't adding up. If this is the same serum, are the side effects different? Are the powers different? This individual isn't even taking his time to learn these, but Morbius is. And he's still past him. He's still past Morbius. So I think they try to make a character, the villain, stronger so that Morbius can have an arc of saving the world and saving the damsel in distress and overcome his need for blood and change. But it just didn't make sense. Come on, man. We got to do better, Marvel. I understand. Y'all got a million villains. Just bring one from the metaverse and then Morbius can face him. That, to me, that makes more sense instead of just creating one. And he has way better gadgets and everything else than Morbius, but they had the same serum, right? Come on, we got to do better. Also, one tidbit, man, in the movie where they're just walking and everybody knows the artificial blood, and then there's a box with just artificial blood in it, like a first aid, like EMS just left it there. Like, that's not. I know I'm nitpicking, but we got to do better. Come on, man. This storyline needs work. So overall, it's going to get a 2.5 out of 5 from me. I've seen worse, but I've seen way better. We got to do better on these storylines, Marvel. Come on. Y'all had a lot of time to fix this. Now, next category. Did I get what I bought? This movie was about $15. I took my son with me, and his kid movie was about $10. So anywhere from 10 to 15. Probably on the weekends, it might be a little bit more, or obviously what city you're in, but $10 to $15. So wasn't bad. It's very standard movie tickets. Let's talk about the release date. This movie got pushed back 3 times. Come on. Not only did it get pushed back 3 times, they had to reshoot 2 more times to make up for, okay, well, we need more villain here. We need this story to make sense here. Let's take out this. Let's just start the movie with him already finding the bats, not even researching it. Let's try to speed up the story, but you didn't also add to it at the end. So that's why it feels a little rushed or incomplete. But to me, it's also like a pilot to see if they're going to make another one, which I don't know. Morbius is a blatant ripoff of Batman and Blade. Blatant ripoff. It's like they looked at a notebook and said, oh, shit, I like Batman. Okay. Technically, he's the real Batman. He has all of the gadgets of being a bat. Batman should be Gadget Man. He should be Gadget Man, and this person should be Batman, if we want to be real. That's just me. Marvel and DC, hey, y'all fight it out. But he's the real Batman. So I really liked how he had all the stuff he was doing. And he had to learn his superpowers. I really like that, how he had to, zone in, and then you see around him just different things going on. Or if he wanted to fly, the aerodynamic things like that. So I think that was pretty cool. This is a superhero movie, but it's like a superhero movie mixed in with a thriller or horror movie, which it wasn't really that scary. I'm sick of having scary movies in hospitals and no one's ever there. Every hospital in a horror movie, all the lights off and nobody's there. Can we be original one time? Stop just copying it. Opens the hospital. Let's have one hallway, and then just have lights come off, and then the monster shows up. We got to do better with that. Come on, man. And Morbius looked like the I Am Legend vampire, bro. Like this dude was ugly as hell. He was ugly as hell. But another issue I had is if Morbius and the villain took the same serum, the bats embraced Morbius, but they hated the villain. This stuff is not adding up. Come on. We got to do better in the category of storytelling, and did I get what I bought? So for me, it's going to get a 3 out of 5. Did I get what I bought, man? Yes, you got your superhero. Yes, you get your horror. But, okay, now what? What are you going to keep me here? Why would I cheer for you to have a sequel? So we got to do better in that category. So 3 out of 5 cornbreads for me. Last category, is it a must-see? Letting y'all know, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 is a preview for this movie. I'm in Atlanta, so I don't know where you are if they have the same trailers, but Into the Spider-Verse 2, they showed that trailer, so that's pretty cool. That's coming out in October, I think 7th, okay? That's a fun fact. Come on, you got that. You got that. To me, it was more forced horror. They'll just have people just randomly showing up and be an asshole, and then now the villain or Morbius kills them. Like hunts them and to take their blood. It's like creating just bad guys just out of nowhere, like a video game. So it really felt very forced to me. They mentioned San Francisco and what happened there. And y'all know what happened there from Venom. Come on, man. Follow me. Y'all, if y'all watch me, I know y'all seen a couple movies, especially Marvel movies. So they're referring back to Venom. There's also 2 end credits. Green Goblin from Spider-Man is in this one. So they kind of bring him back. You're starting to see a lot of crossover from the multiverse, with Doctor Strange about to come out. So all these characters are just going to be, even if they dead, they just get to come back and be in all these different movies. So I really like that. I enjoyed that. So don't leave early. Come on. If this is a Marvel movie, there's going to be at least 1 end credit, but this one has 2. But the movie felt very incomplete. Like I said, to me, it felt like a pilot. It felt like a trailer for the real Morbius coming out. Just like an introduction, a prelude. That's what it feels like, an appetizer. So we got to do a little bit better with that. But for me, if you've seen all the Marvel movies, go ahead and see this one too, because it plays a part. But if you haven't seen it, or let's say you're not a big fan of horror, or you don't even know who Morbius is, man, I would say wait for this to come out on Disney Plus. Or if you're scared of, the COVID being around other people, just wait for a couple more weeks when less and less people show up to the movie theaters for this movie, and then go see it. So for me, 3 out of 5, is it a must see, okay? Overall, this movie gets a 3 out of 5 from Cornbread. Come on, man. We got to do better. Y'all know me. I watch dang near everything. So that's just my ratings. It is what it is. If you got it higher, okay, tell me why. If you got it lower, tell me why. But hopefully I get to explain myself in every category. And one last thing. Fame, you're wrong. You are wrong, Fame. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. You're wrong. If y'all want me to Fame, we'll talk about it later, man. You're wrong, though. I got you. Make sure you check out my 2022 Cornbread movie reviews I've done so far. Check me out. Now, I also wouldn't be myself if I didn't leave you out with a forgotten movie. Come on, man. Today, we are going to talk about... This movie came out in 2019, so it's not that old. Come on, man. A couple years ago. Dolomite Is My Name. Come on. This is a sneaky, forgotten movie. Now, this movie is on Netflix. I still don't know if it's on Netflix now, but it came out. It was like an original movie for Netflix. It had Eddie Murphy. Any movie with Eddie Murphy in it, you need to see it anyway. But for me, this is a rags to riches story. More follow your dreams. And don't give up on yourself, man. That's really what I took from this movie from beginning to end. He had all these dreams, and people didn't, follow him or just get him. And some people did follow him through that journey of becoming a movie star. I think it's based off a true story, too. So Dolomite Is My Name. It's my forgotten movie. Make sure y'all check that out. If it's not on Netflix, I'm sure y'all can get it on demand. And then also, Morbius is my movie review. I'll be back next week. Holla at ya. Peace.